back to the Chicago Tomahawk. I'm Mike, got Matt up top. And on the agenda for today, we're going to talk again about the Scheifele hit. He got a 4-game suspension. We're going to talk about the Carlo hit from the Bruins. And the Avalanche are currently 2-1 with the Avs and the gosh dang it, man! I can't believe I just drew a blank. Avs and Vegas. They're 2-1. Yep. They're playing right now. Vegas
2-1
is
in
up.
the second. Yep.
They're up 3-1 at the end of the second. Habs are up 3-0 on Winnipeg. The Bruins and Islanders are tied 2-2, 2 games apiece. Canes and Lightning had a wild game on Saturday. That one ended 6-4. Most of the scoring in that game came in the second period. Actually, 80% of it came in the second period. And the Barkov, Stone, and Bergeron were nominated for the Selke. So we'll start off with the Scheifele hit. One, just to kind of finish that off, the smoke is settled on that. He got a 4-game suspension. And Matt, what do you think about that? Do you think that it was a good suspension? Do you think maybe too many games? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was a little, like he said, excessive. He's had a clean record. It's a tough one, man. I think if I were the ref of that game, I would have gave him a 5 and then a game, but it was the end of the game. So right. Maybe 1 game. I don't know. It happened so fast. It's real easy for us to pick it apart and stuff with replay, slow motion and stuff, but I think Scheifele was skating hard back, and the kid went for the wraparound, open netter, and his head was down and pretty much turned his back away from, the opposing players, and it kind of just happened so fast. But it looked like it was a good hit, but the charge definitely was a charge. So it like you said, it's over. So that's my kind of opinion on it.
It's funny. You mentioned that he was back checking. I read in an article on NHL.com not too long ago it was about the hit. And they said that this is probably the first time that Scheifele has back checked all year.
Yeah.
So, you know what, man?
It's
the way that
one.
I look at it, he definitely wasn't trying to play the puck, which was what he should have been doing. He said in his press conference that he was, trying to stop a goal from going in. And if he was trying to stop a goal from going in, he would have played the puck and not trying to hit this guy, because he scored well before he got hit, and that's the only problem that I have with it. And he's been playing kind of douchey, to be honest with you. So it seems like the behavior has been escalating with him, and it came to a fever pitch right there.
They were saying too last year in his series, he kind of started playing that way, and I think he got hurt, and pretty much the Jets were done after that. So he's a key player for them,
right?
And now they're down 3-0, and he might not even get back in. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Unless there's a big rally with the Jets, but I don't see that happening.
I don't see that happening at all.
Yeah, they're flat.
And honestly, actually a good comparison for this is the Carlo hit from Cal Clutterbuck a couple days ago. It was just a regular play. He got hit. Clutterbuck was not intentionally trying to hurt the guy. He just put a hit on him. But you know what? He went into the glass. He hit his head. And then he needed to take a minute, and he's out with a concussion right now, and it was clearly he wasn't trying to hurt the guy, but Scheifele looked like he was trying to get something in there at the end of the game because he was losing.
Yeah, he looked frustrated for sure, and he probably saw, an opportunity to make a hit. But I don't know, 4-gamer is... I could see 2 at the most for a guy who is... if that was Wilson who did it, I guarantee you he would have got like a freaking 20-gamer for that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just because he's just been like Rafi Torres.
Yeah.
His hit on, was at Hossa a couple years ago, and then he had a hit on Seabrook that was kind of like a charge. Like he took too many steps, but yeah, it's just it happened fast. I think Scheifele had no time to put the brakes on, and you know what? He made a decision, and he said, you know what? I'm gonna just finish my hit here, and now he's paying the price.
Rafi Torres, the guy was dirty, man. I think that Scheifele, man, he's definitely a difference maker for the Jets, but this might also be a warning to the league, to other players, telling them that, hey, you know what, you guys are starting to overstep, bounds here, and this is just an example of us, trying to put the reins on players.
So, but don't you think it's a little inconsistent with these suspensions? Like Wilson was slamming that guy's head, was Panarin, the bread man, and then he was the first guy. What's his name, Bushkenev or something?
Yeah,
and
I forgot to say his name.
He didn't get any games, and that was intent to hurt somebody. And Ryan Reeves even got one for putting his knee on a guy's head, like he's holding him down, like with his knee. That was a 2-gamer.
Yeah.
And then this one was a 4-gamer. It's like, how are we, like, what are we using here are we just picking a number out of a hat? Oh yeah, he's getting 4 now. He's getting 2. And it just doesn't make sense to me. And especially if you're if this is your first like hearing for any suspendable play, you should give him maybe a fine first and then maybe a couple games. But or if a guy's injured, maybe, hey, this guy's hurt, so we got to automatically give you a game. Something like that, just like a reference for people. You know what I mean?
Wildly
it's just so inconsistent. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about the Avalanche series, man?
Well, the first 2 games, I thought, man, this is going to be another sweep probably. And the Knights kind of came back in, and they're like, hey, we're not done yet. And tonight, hey, they're up 3-1 going into the third. And if they tie this is a brand new series. So it's an exciting series. I'm glad it's going. I'm glad they're pushing the Avs, because the Avs are the favorite probably, and it's just good. It's good for the Avs to learn how to lose too. I mean, if they're going to have to, they're going against Tampa in the final. Vegas is a good test because they're pretty close to Tampa too. I think Tampa's got better offense, maybe better everything down the board.
Yeah, I was going to say,
it's
just
kind of like
a little bit better all the way around, all the way down.
It's kind of like a Tampa Bay light, like the Knights. They're a real competitive team. They got some good players. They got good goalies. It's a good test for the Avs, but you know what? They could surprise us all and steal it if they win this game tonight. It's a brand new series, and Fleury, he's on right now, so I'm enjoying it though.
You know what? I thought that this was going to be a bloodbath, and it's turning around. Now, it's actually the last game. Didn't the Avs go up 2 goals going into the third period and end up losing it?
The Jets or the Knights rallied. Yep. Yeah. They rallied back.
I wonder if Colorado is looking to maybe turn the page on these guys and kind of do the same thing.
Oh, my thing is still, I'm waiting for Grubauer to get hurt, because every year it's been the same, and if he goes down, the Avs are a totally different team.
Who's their backup?
I think it's they have a rookie, and I know they picked up Dubnyk from
that's right,
the Sharks. So he's a solid goalie, but they're a totally different team if he goes down. And maybe he's playing hurt. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. I know he had some COVID issues.
Right.
But he's been solid. But I mean, he was due to lose the game. I mean, he was lights out the first series. So, you're very lucky to go through a complete playoff with no losses. So,
right,
it's gonna happen. They got to learn. And,
it looks like
so far they're not bouncing back from the first loss.
Yeah, no kidding. It looks like Golden Knights have had 3 power plays tonight.
3 power play goals? Or
1 power play goal, 3 power plays in total. Avalanche have only had 1. Avs are out hitting them Golden Knights are out shooting them by 10.
Wow. Yeah, they got to contain McDavid's line, or I'm sorry,
McKinnon?
McKinnon's line, and then make the Avs secondary scoring, have to step up, and maybe they're not stepping up.
Saad
But if
scored tonight.
yeah, he's been a good pickup for those guys.
He has, man.
It's good to see. You know what? He comes alive in the playoffs. I think if you get to the playoffs, he's a playoff guy.
Yeah, that's probably why they loved getting him, because they knew that they were going to be going in the playoffs.
Yeah, and they're still without Kadri too, who's another. I guess you could consider him a top 6, but he's still appealing his suspension. And what did he get? 8 games? This has just been a crazy playoffs. It's been the suspensions and the goaltending flips.
All right, we got the Bruins and Islanders tied 2-2. You know what? Actually, man, I thought that this series was going to go 4-1 Bruins, and the Islanders, man, they're sticking around. They're holding on. And
what's going on in Boston?
They're turning this into a series. I'll tell you what, man, the Islanders are incredibly. I'm incredibly surprised with this team.
I am too.
I did not
coached.
Yeah, they are. And Montreal. I'm surprised with both of these squads that they've been able to come out here and they're highly competitive. Big surprises.
Well, did you see Barzal at the end of the game? Man, he was fired up.
Didn't he get slashed?
I think he did get slashed, but he was fired up. After the game, he's skating. Now he was a first star, throwing his arms up and saying, "This is our house. This is our house." He's going nuts. And the Islanders fans were like, "Wow, we've never seen him so passionate and like emotional out there. It's awesome." And I heard that crowd is amazing playing at the Coliseum.
Oh, wow.
So it you know what, playing with a full crowd like that, just screaming again, I'm sure it's like freaking having another guy on the ice with you when you're at home for the Islanders.
Yeah, definitely. We've got the Canes and Lightning. I was expecting this to be a little closer, and actually the games have been close, and the Canes have been very competitive, but they're just not winning games.
Do you know what Anson Carter said? He goes, "The Canes are beating the Canes." He said they're making a lot of mistakes, taking penalties against really, really good power play, and the Lightning are making them pay.
They are.
And Kucherov, man, he is freaking. You know what? I said this in a comment. I said, I think I'd rather have Kucherov than McDavid on my team in the playoffs and the season, because this guy he produces. He knows how to play.
It doesn't matter what game it is or what time of year it is. He just plays.
Yeah, he is just an awesome player to watch. He passes. He scores. He just makes great plays, and I'm a huge fan of him. Glad he's back. It's good to see Stamkos lighting it up again. It looks like he's healthy. Knock on wood, man, because like you said, he's one sneeze away from being out for a while, and they need him. Brandon Point, underrated. Love the guy. I also read something today too. Toronto was hoping Mitch Marner to Brandon Point in Toronto, or I'm sorry, Tampa. They're like thinking, wow, this is what we want Mitch to be like, Brayden Point. And he's just not. Brayden Point's just proving people wrong. He's underrated, and he's been a great asset to the Lightning.
Is Marner even a Brayden Point type of player though?
Well, they're both, smaller guys. I think Brayden Point's more of a goal scorer.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. But I think like they both came in around the same time, and Brayden, he's not getting the press like he is, and like Marner is in Toronto, and it's probably easier to play down there, and it's probably just fun to play down there with that team. That squad's awesome, and there's pressure, but not like Leaf pressure,
Right.
So I think Point is he's been awesome. And unfortunately, Tampa's going to have to get rid of a good guy next year, maybe 2. They got to get under the cap again. They're going to lose a guy to Seattle.
Yep.
So yeah, it's going to be a different team next year. That's why they're probably going to go for it this year again and get 2 cups back to back would be pretty sweet for them.
Man, unbelievable. Yeah, when I think of to be honest with you, I don't put Braden Point and Mitch Marner in the same, in the same sentence with each other very often. But
Yeah.
Braden Point, man, he's a consistent
Good.
goal scorer.
He reminds me of DeBrincat a little bit. I think
Yeah.
those two are very similar to the
Yeah,
same
I
style.
would definitely say that that's a really good comparison between DeBrincat and Braden Point, because Marner just doesn't play like Point does.
Yeah, I think Marner's ready to dish it to Matthews or
Right.
whoever. He's more of he's more of the setup man, I think. But
Right.
you
More
know
of a
what I heard?
playmaker.
He's got some underrated shooting skill, and that's how McDavid was at first too. He wasn't shooting as much. Now he's almost shooting like 6 shots a game, they're saying.
Wow.
So, and that's the same with Kaner. I feel like
Yeah.
Kaner, the first couple of years of his career, he was, I'm passing every time. Now,
Right.
it didn't seem like he shot this much this year, but I think if he had another solid line mate, consistent line mate with DeBrincat, he'd probably surprise people and shoot a little bit more.
Yeah. If you had somebody to dish him the puck.
Yeah.
Dish him the puck,
Yep.
So Barkov, Stone, and Bergeron for the Selke, man. What do you think about these three?
Yeah, Bergeron, man, he's probably one of the best defensive forwards probably to ever play. I mean, he's just been, I feel like his name is in it every single year.
Yeah.
And, he plays the game the right way. And that's, if you're, you got kids in hockey, that's like a guy, hey, I want you to play like him. Be responsible. Don't just be a Hollywood guy and wait on the blue line for a one time or a breakaway pass. Go back and help your team out first, then go score. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Stone, I think he's deserving. He's a winger too. That's what's kind of cool too. Usually
Yeah.
it's a center getting these. And the other guy was, I'm sorry,
Barkov?
Yeah, another guy that's underrated. I'm not really a big Panthers fan, but I know he's a great two-way guy. Either choice, I think probably. Do you think anything in the playoffs has something to do with these winners?
I mean, I would think that the playoffs should really have nothing to do with it, because this should be a regular season award.
So I don't know then. You got 3 good players on 3 good teams. I mean, Boston finished 1, right?
Right.
In their division. Vegas finished 2nd, and Florida finished, I think, was Florida first? Or was it Carolina?
I thought Carolina was first.
So, I mean, it's a hard call. Like, do you just go by plus minus, or you go by points plus minus? Who do you think's more deserving?
Yeah.
I think I would probably give it to Bergeron, just because he's every freaking year he's the same. You're going to get a solid guy, and he led his team. They had the best record in their division, and maybe not the points. I got to see the points, but I mean, either way, you're getting a good guy. It's just like the rookie of the year. It's probably going to go to the wild kid, Kaprizov.
Kirill.
Yeah, he put up the most points, made the playoffs. Nedeljkovic, another good player, good goalie coming up, but he didn't play last game. That was something we forgot to talk about. Yeah, crazy.
I can't believe that the Hurricanes won. Was it game 3?
OT, yeah.
And then they didn't start Nedeljkovic for game 4, and then that turned into a 6-4 affair.
I don't get it, dude. You know what? I think one game, Coach Q, when he put in Spencer Knight, they got the win. Out of all these goalie switches, I think Barry Trotz he put Varlamov back in. They got a win. Last series, he put Varlamov in. They got a loss. He did it again. They got another loss. The only goalie that was consistent goalies has been Vasilevsky and who was Saros from Nashville. You were going to get those 2 guys no matter what. the press was asking, who's in net tonight? Who's in net tonight? You know, for all these other teams, it's like, come on, man. Stick to a goalie and ride with him.
Yeah, give him a shot.
Yeah, now you're losing 3-1, and you took out Nedeljkovic. Hasn't been bad. He maybe one goal, but I mean, you got to score more than one goal to win a game. I think the Lightning won 2-1 that game.
Yeah,
and I don't know, man. I'm glad Q didn't do this in Chicago with Niemi. I think I take that back. He did do it with Darling.
Yeah,
I think Crawford was just not into it.
Yeah.
Thank God Darling was up to the occasion and he got some wins for us.
Yeah, he did. He played phenomenal, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was really happy for that kid. Really happy for him.
So, man, 5 minutes in the box with you. What do you got?
Well, you know, like we were talking about before the show with, you know, all these fines and stuff. It's just been crazy this playoffs. I feel like it's the year of the suspensions, fines, and goalie rotations. It's just been weird, man. Like just like the last conversation we had, I just don't like. You're switching all these goalies up. Are we gonna see like crazy goaltending trades this summer? You think? You think
Yeah,
we're
no
gonna
kidding.
like goalies will be like, no, I want to be the starter, and I'm not gonna sit here and watch. Like, are we gonna see goaltenders with New Jerseys? You think, or what's going on?
Moving around because they're hard to get, man. Vegas just scored.
There's so many. Oh, 4-1 now, huh?
Marshall.
Oh, jeez, wow.
I think that's a hat trick for him.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's a hattie.
Yep.
Vegas is beating
he's got
Colorado 4-1, with 6 minutes left in the third.
See, they got Max Pacioretty back too, and that's huge. It's huge for the Knights, and looks like William Karlsson's got his
sixth assist.
6th assist and 3rd in the game. So he showed up tonight.
Yeah,
That line showed up. Mark Stone got a point. I mean, see, with this too, like remember Fleury? You started Fleury in game 1. This could have been a different series if they won that game with Fleury in net. Now they're possibly up 3-2. This series could have been over Tuesday.
Well, this is going to be 2-2, isn't it?
No, man. Yeah, it's going to be 2-2. Yeah, you're right. It would have been. Well, it could have been 3-2 if game 1 Fleury started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-1. Yeah. So, it's been crazy, man. Crazy year with this weird. I don't get these coaches. I really don't. And I guess Canada approved the for the next round. Who it's probably the winner of what do you think? Boston and the winner of Boston's and Islanders are going to play the Canadians. Can you imagine that series? The Habs and the Bruins, the old school, man. That would be a great playoff series.
Yeah, especially considering that we've got two teams that nobody was expecting to make it that far.
Well, oh man, that would be great. Original 6 battle, and they knocked out the Leafs the first round, and then they end up playing the Eastern Conference Finals, if you call it that, against the Bruins. What a rivalry, man! That's going to be a great game, a great series too. Yeah, I'm obviously picking the Bruins already, but the Islanders could surprise us.
Yeah, they could. They can go on a 2-game win streak, and the next thing you know, they're going to Canada.
Yeah, it's 2-2. You never know. Next game's huge. It's must win.
Well, cool, man. Do you got anything else?
No, I think that's it. I think Tampa can close it out tomorrow, and you know what? The Canadians and Jets are playing tomorrow too.
They are.
So they got a little back-to-back action. That kind of sucks, man. Like, I feel like you got to get a day off in between. So, but I think they're trying to. This series could be over, and it started later than the Islanders and Bruins. That's gonna go 7, I think, man.
The Islanders and Bruins.
Yeah. So the Canadians, they started later, and they're gonna probably finish before. You know, and these guys started way before, like a week before, I want to say.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 days.
The Habs want rest. They're probably like, let's get this crap over with. Let's get some rest, regenerate here, and get ready to go. Yeah.
Well, cool, everybody. We want to thank you for listening. We are very appreciative. Be sure to leave us a review on iTunes and hit us up on social media so we can talk some hockey. We'd love to hear what you have to say. I'd love to hear what you have to say about the playoffs specifically because, it's awesome. And that's all that we got for you tonight. This is the Tomahawk, and we're out.